Coming up next, we'll have the latest on an email that Penn State sent to parents about a rise in high-risk activities.
Plus, more than 340 million people were affected by cyber attacks in 2023.
There are a lot of threat actors out there, and they're going to use any means they can in order to disrupt or try to hijack profit from what they do.
And we're live from the Arboretum at Penn State, where its annual Pumpkin Fest is set to begin. The Center County Report starts now.
Good afternoon. I'm John Hartley.
And I'm Rachel Fisher. Thanks for joining us for the Center County Report. Our top story, hazing and conduct reports are on the rise among fraternities and sororities at Penn State. In an email sent Tuesday, Penn State Student Affairs warned university parents of a serious issue affecting the campus community, saying, "We have seen an increase in reports of dangerous hazing activities at Penn State, more than double compared to this time last year." A statement from the university revealed it's received more than 70 fraternity and sorority life-related reports of conduct issues this semester. These reports come from both university-affiliated and unaffiliated student groups. There were multiple reports of hazing and high-risk drinking behaviors related to unrecognized groups, Phi Kappa Sigma and Sigma Chi. The Offices of Student Accountability and Fraternity and Sorority Life will be hosting 2 educational sessions to learn more about hazing prevention and education today and Sunday during Families Weekend.
The Penn State Gender Equity Center, University Park Undergraduate Association, and Center Safe are raising awareness about domestic abuse. Yesterday, the groups co-hosted an informational event at the Hub to share resources for victims. They handed out stickers, purple ribbons, and students wore purple.
It is to bring awareness to survivors and the topic of domestic violence. So by wearing purple, doing it on a specific day, everybody's coming out to do it.
The Gender Equity Center will be hosting more events throughout October for domestic violence awareness.
Members of a local carpenters union are protesting the hiring of out-of-state workers for the expansion project at Mount Nittany Medical Center. Ethan Ellis went out to the protest to learn more.
Mount Nittany Medical Center is getting a lot of attention lately, and not just because of the construction that towers over the hospital, because of this inflatable fat cat at the entrance. When finished, the hospital will house 168 private patient rooms. As construction continues, these local carpenters are protesting. Antonio Casagrande is a member of the Eastern Atlantic States Regional Council of Carpenters.
In order to what they think is going to save them a couple dollars, Mount Nittany Medical decided to hire a contractor that brings in a workforce from out of state rather than using a local contractor that hires local labor.
Those out-of-state contractors are Whitting Turner out of Baltimore and Paramount Contracting from Lancaster. We reached out to both for a comment but did not receive a response. And as you can see behind me, work on the 10-story, $350 million expansion of the Mount Nittany Medical Center is still underway, despite the union's grievances. Mount Nittany Medical Center also declined an on-camera interview, but sent us a statement saying, quote, "In selecting partners, we assess each organization's qualifications and commitment to excellence, tailored to the unique needs of each individual project. The new patient tower represents both an investment in the community's health and a commitment to meet the evolving healthcare needs of the region." Jeremy Struble, a member of the union, isn't convinced.
They touted the community again. However, there's not really anyone from the community involved in this phase of the project.
In College Township, I'm Ethan Ellis for the Center County Report.
According to the union's Center Council representative Wade Bob Gartner, Paramount Construction has received previous labor violations for projects in State College.
October marks Cybersecurity Awareness Month, a national initiative to raise awareness about evolving digital threats. Jordan Spagnoli has more on how you can stay safe.
With so much of our lives spent online, from work and social life to banking and shopping, Penn State's Chief Information Security Officer, Bob Turner, says that knowing how to protect yourself from cyber threats has never been more important.
The biggest threat is that there are a lot of threat actors out there, and they're going to use any means they can in order to disrupt or try to hijack profit from what they do.
According to Forbes, 343 million people around the world were victims of cyber attacks in 2023, up 72% since 2021. Penn State stopped over 8,000 phishing emails in the first half of 2024, but Turner says that that's just a drop in the bucket.
Even the small actions like making sure you log off your computer at the end of the day doesn't seem like a lot, but it's a big action, because what that does is that decreases the attack surface by doing something smart like that.
But just when you think it can't happen to you, a year ago I had my bank information hacked, but because I had the right protections in place, we were able to catch it early before it became a real problem.
And making sure that whenever you get like an email or something, you're hovering over the link to see if it's actually the link you're going to. I know a lot of scammers, they change like 1 or 2 letters and all of a sudden it's like not Facebook, it's Facebook with 2 zeros instead of 2 O's, and you're giving all your information to someone you don't know.
America's Cyber Defense Agency says more than 90% of successful cyber attacks start with a phishing email. In State College, I'm Jordan Spagnoli for the Center County Report.
Turner also says 4 things everyone should do is have strong passwords, use multi-factor authentication, keep up-to-date software, and if you see something, say something.
With the presidential election less than 3 weeks away, Kamala Harris is stressing the importance of Black male voters for the election. Alina Surace reports.
Presidential candidate Kamala Harris plans to implement an opportunity agenda for Black men to push for a stronger African American male vote. Harris's efforts are happening in response to former President Barack Obama saying Black males aren't feeling the idea of having a woman as president.
President Obama was just having some very serious, tough talk, right? Tough love with a lot of, especially, he was speaking directly to young Black voters, young Black men specifically.
Kamala is a woman, for one, and 2, she is a Black woman, so that intersectionality of her being Jamaican and Indian from her mother's side also plays a very big role.
According to a current New York Times and Siena College poll, only 70% of Black men plan to vote for Harris, contrary to the 87% who voted for President Biden in 2020.
I think it could win her the election, probably does win her election if she does pull that overwhelming support that Joe Biden had and that Barack Obama carried over his 2 campaigns.
Following her visit to Erie on Monday, Harris discussed her plan to give Black men more financial opportunities.
Black men are no different from anybody else. They expect that you have to earn their vote. And that's why I'm out here doing the work that I'm doing about talking with folks, listening with folks, because I'm running for president of the United States.
Kamala Harris's plan is to give up to 1 million forgivable loans of up to $20,000 for Black entrepreneurs, additionally to other initiatives. Her goal is to get a larger Black male vote in this year's upcoming election.
Her plan also aims to fund research towards common health risks in Black men, like diabetes and mental health, which are not as prevalent in other communities.
Her doing all these things gives you that drive and that motivation, thinking that, okay, wait, maybe I actually can get out of it and build a better future, not for only yourself, but for future generations.
In University Park, I'm Alina Surace, reporting for the Center County Report.
Center County Report will bring you live coverage of the election on November 5th.
Penn Staters lined up on Thursday to listen to former presidential candidate Vivek Ramaswamy speak on campus. Ramaswamy came as a special guest on Charlie Kirk's You're Being Brainwashed tour. The turnout was huge, with many hopeful attendees being turned away after the venue was filled to capacity. Those who did attend came away feeling inspired.
Bringing someone who's that brilliant, who shares our values, I think is extremely important for the school and is something that I definitely took away from tonight.
Center County Report was not allowed inside the event after it reached capacity. House Representative Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez will be on campus later today at 4:30.
A new option for mail-in voting has arrived on Penn State's campus. Penn State students, faculty, and staff can visit the satellite election office located in the Hammond building. Voters can pick up, fill out, and submit a mail-in ballot in one stop. The office is open now until October 29th, and hours can be found on the Center County Election Office website, centercountyvotes.gov.
Still to come on the Center County Report, we check the weekend weather forecast.
And the Arboretum at Penn State hosts its annual Fall Festival. Also coming up, we have the latest on a shortage at a local hospital.
When we first met Todd, he was singing a song, and I was like, wow, look at this kid with the biggest smile.
Todd's a joy.
Yes.
Todd's really is a great joy.
And you.
Learn about adopting a teen at adoptuskids.org.
Eyes forward. Don't drive distracted.
Children are the greatest joy and our best hope for a better future. Friends, they are the future. But did you know that millions of kids are facing hunger every day? Food is not just food. It's energy, health, confidence, hope, and even love. Yes, love.
Thank you!
Learn more about how No Kid Hungry is helping end child hunger in America at helpnokidhungry.org.
Keep going, keep going.
Multiple studies have shown that marijuana can slow both driver reaction and response time, which can be really dangerous. He's here. He's here. Wait. What? I can't drive. Why? I'm high. Oh.
Mount Nittany Health is conserving IV fluids after a production facility for one of the largest IV fluid supporters went offline. The shutdown was caused by the effects of Hurricane Helene. The shortage is expected to continue through the end of the year. Mount Nittany's top priority is allocating a stable supply of IV fluids for emergency cases. In a statement we received, Mount Nittany states they have not had to postpone, delay, or cancel any procedures.
A beautiful day out at the Arboretum today. Cool start, but it's getting warm fast. Look at the colors out there. We're actually going to have our own Dylan Price out there in just a few minutes with a report on Pumpkin Fest, which is taking place this weekend. It's up to 48 already. Still feels like 44, so it's a chilly start today, but it will get a lot warmer very quickly. I'll get to that in just a minute. Temperatures across the region, again, 48 in State College will be born off that early morning cool. It's already up to 61 in Erie, and it's already 64 in Philadelphia. So it's really skyrocketing across parts of the southeast portion of the state especially. So temperatures will be very comfortable this afternoon here in State College, getting up to about 65 for your high, which is really nice for this time of year. It'll be 70s tomorrow. It gets cool overnight, as you can see, down to about 43 by midnight, but it will get much colder as we go into the overnight hours, especially. Across the rest of the region, 33 here in State College, down to 30 in Bradford. Clear and chilly for sure. That's a time you really get a jacket if you're going outside tonight, because it is going to be a cold one. Winds will not be anything really to worry about. Fall foliage report across the entire state. Look at this. Peak colors almost everywhere except down here in the southeast portion of the state, you know, sort of southeast of the main mountain regions, and then all the way over in the southwest, still getting towards peak. But everywhere else, it is peak time to get out there and check out those leaves or go to a pumpkin picking festival or apple picking, something like that. It's starting to fade in the northern counties, but that's normal as leaves start to fall off the trees this time of year, getting towards the end of that main season for that portion of the state especially. Going forward though, if you look at tomorrow, a stellar fall Saturday. Go to an event, find something to go to. Like I said, pumpkin picking, Pumpkin Fest over in the Arboretum, or just something really interesting like apple picking or whatever it might be. A chilly start to the day into the 40s, as we mentioned. It gets up to 70 by the afternoon, so that is a really, really special time. For this time of year, especially late October, to be this kind of warm, really, really nice to be out there and enjoying it, because it will get colder as the seasons start to change, especially if you get towards November. You won't be seeing these 70-degree Saturdays anymore. So this is a chance to get out there and really enjoy it before we start to see things change. Futurecast going forward, look across the whole Northeast. It is cloudless, really spectacular. As a high pressure system that's sitting out over the Midwest is really kind of controlling things, how we're doing in terms of the weather across the entire area. Good travel weather in the Northeast, especially here in Pennsylvania. If you're out doing anything Saturday or Sunday, this is the time to get out there and do it, because look at that, cloudless skies. You don't see this, again, very often in mid-October by any stretch. Going forward, though, Wednesday is when things start to get The early morning Thursdays when we start to see some more rain showers start to get involved, and that will clear through by Friday, and we'll have another nice weekend ahead of us. Going into the 7-day forecast, again, it'll be 60s into the 70s early portion of next week. That's where things are really, really nice to get outside and enjoy the late fall weather that we're kind of shockingly having, to tell you the truth. It's spectacular.
Oh, I am so excited. Who would have thought in October, just like you said, and I really have been missing the warm weather. It's starting to get cold over here like tonight, so I'm excited for that turn of events.
The warm weather is really great this time of year. It's hard to even say how great that is.
Yeah, I'm just glad you said it was going to be clear. I have a long drive ahead of me this weekend, and I hate driving in the rain.
Yeah, it'll be perfect travel weather, that's for sure.
Thanks, Sean. Now let's check in with Dylan Price live at Pumpkin Fest.
Thanks, guys. We are live here tonight. There will be live music, fall-themed food trucks, pumpkins, and you've guessed it, more pumpkins. They've taken over the Arboretum at Penn State. All the festivities, well, they kick off tonight at 5 p.m., but pumpkin drop-off, it's going on right now, and there are tons of great ones, from the Grinch to a Penn State-themed pumpkin to even a popcorn-themed pumpkin. Lots of gourd-filled fun set to take place throughout the course of the weekend. Jack-o'-lanterns will be judged and set out to announce winners tomorrow. And even the Pittsburgh Pumpkin Guy is going to be doing a live carving. Should be a lot of fun. Always a great event. The 13th annual one at that, bringing the State College community and Penn State students together alike. Now we are here with Adrienne Eckenlaub. She is the event and sales manager for the Arboretum at Penn State. Adrienne, a lot of planning, a lot of progress went into this event.
Yes.
A lot of bees, too.
So we started this week with a pumpkin giveaway on Sunday. We gave away about 1,000 pumpkins. But planning for this actually started in February when we planted all the pumpkins and gourds that decorate the Arboretum and all of the carvers that were given away. So they were maintained since February. And so the thought is that we give them away and the public will carve and decorate them. And that's how we populate the jack-o'-lantern contest.
Contest got a lot of great pumpkins here. Do you happen to have a favorite? Are you allowed to tell me?
I do have a favorite, but I'm not allowed to say because it is a blind judge. And the contest winners will be announced tomorrow at 1 o'clock.
Well, Adrienne, thank you very much. Excited for Pumpkin Fest to take over the Arboretum at Penn State this weekend. I'm Dylan Price here, reporting for Center County Report in University Park. Now back to you, Ryan Esslinger with sports in the studio.
Thanks, Dylan. Up next in sports, a Penn State coach puts out an important announcement. Penn State women's basketball holds its first media day of the season, and Penn State women's hockey gets ready for another weekend of action.
Hey there, I'm Lance Bass, and this is Chip. And if you're like me, your pets mean the world to you. And if disaster strikes, saving them is a priority. Learn how to keep your best friends safe at AmericanHumane.org.
I don't remember how it started.
Go to that.
Our back and forth. It always came back.
Dad!
You probably don't remember what you told me,
That was perfect.
but I heard every word.
With Julia's autism, loud sounds can be too much.
But she still loves to make music.
Yeah.
Play band.
Early screening for autism can make a lifetime of difference. Find out more at screenforautism.org.
I'm Ryan Esslinger with sports. The Penn State community was hit hard Thursday afternoon after women's volleyball head coach Katie Schumacher-Cawley announced her diagnosis with breast cancer. Cawley is a former Penn Stater and a member of the 1999 national championship team. She's in her third season as a head coach of the Nittany Lions. In her announcement on Instagram, Cawley thanked the community, athletic director Pat Kraft, her team, and family for all their support. She also mentioned that it will be business as usual in Rec Hall. Schumacher-Cawley's team will hit the floor twice this weekend. The Lions will look to extend their conference record to a perfect 7-0 and extend their win streak to 9 games against Ohio State tonight at 8 p.m. in Columbus. They'll return to Rec Hall on Sunday to honor those affected by breast cancer in their annual Dig Pink match against Minnesota. Penn State football returned to the practice field in Pennsylvania this week after a West Coast win over USC. The Nittany Lions are on their second bye week of the season. Penn State is 6-0 for the second straight season, with Andy Kotelnicki's offense averaging just over 34 points per game. The Nittany Lions return to action next Saturday under the lights of Camp Randall Stadium in Wisconsin. Penn State women's basketball is getting ready for its rapidly approaching season. I was at the Bryce Jordan Center for the Lady Lions local media day earlier this week. The Lady Lions went 22-13 last season, the best record under head coach Carolyn Keeger. Now, in her 7th season, Keeger wants to build momentum off of last year's campaign.
Obviously, we won 22 games, had a lot of success on the offensive end, finishing the year top 10 in, I think, 3 or 4 different statistical categories. A lot of momentum to build upon.
The Lady Lions will rely upon veteran returners Allie Campbell and Mariah Murray, alongside transfers Gracie Merkel and Gabby Elliott, to rediscover last year's groove. Merkel has already made an impression on her new team.
She's really, really skilled. I mean, her footwork is next level. She's got great hands, great touch around the rim. She's got a left hook, a right hook. She's got a few counters. She can step out and shoot the 16-footer, maybe even a few transition threes. But I think most importantly is just getting her to be that dominant force down low and demand the ball.
With 4 new teams in the Big Ten, the Lady Lions are going to have to play harder to prove that they can hang with the teams out west. After being in the top 10 in multiple offensive statistics last year, the key word for the Lady Lions is toughness.
That's the main thing we spent all offseason on, was toughness. Mentally, emotionally, and physical, we have to be tough.
The Lady Lions are looking to rebound from their appearance in the first ever women's basketball invitation tournament, where they lost in the semifinals against Villanova. The Lady Lions will make their season debut on Monday, November 4th against Bucknell at the Bryce Jordan Center. Penn State women's hockey is back on home ice this weekend to take on the Dartmouth Big Green. The Nittany Lions are at home for the first time in 3 weeks after going 3-1 on the road. They look to improve upon their best start since 2019 when the puck drops for Game 1 at 6 o'clock tonight. Game 2 against the Big Green is set for 2 o'clock tomorrow afternoon. The PIAA is made up of 24% non-public schools and 76% public. However, the non-public schools are winning state championships at a much higher rate. The Pennsylvania House Commerce Committee recently voted to advance a resolution calling on the PIAA to separate the private and public playoffs. Representative of the 77th District, Scott Conklin, has brought the bill to the table. His Chief of Staff, Tor McCartney, says it's been a long time coming.
All we're asking is for there to be a separate playoff system so that everyone can achieve and everyone can participate on a level playing field.
McCartney says the bill will untie the PIA's hands to make the split. That's all for sports. Now back to John and Rachel at the desk.
Yeah, thanks, Ryan. You said that Penn State football is on the bye week, so I'm kind of excited so I can go and see some women's volleyball and women's hockey. The women's hockey team hasn't been here in a while back at home, so I'm excited to get inside Pagola and see what's going on with them.
Yeah, I mean, they got the Big Green in the house tonight, but I think it's going to be a lot of blue and white that the Big Green are going to be seeing. I love to see women's volleyball back on the court. Jillian Grimes, Jess Maruzic, expect them to have a huge game.
Well, unfortunately, we have a bye week, but I wish we could be out in the beautiful weather. Thanks, Ryan. Coming up next, a Country Artist of the Year nominee is headed to State College.
Hear that? That's the sound of your life. Perfectly imperfect. But every time you drive after drinking, the music gets drowned out. Your life sounds pretty great. Don't let a buzz ruin it. Buzzed driving is drunk driving. Don't drive buzzed.
There's been another deadly shooting at a local elementary school. According to authorities, the suspect acquired the gun from a family member's home before using it to take the lives of innocent children and teachers.
Store your gun securely, locked, unloaded, and away from ammo.
When it comes to disasters and emergencies, it's not a matter of if, but when.
I'm relying on luck, but who knows if it'll be on my side.
Let's prepare so we all have a better story to tell. Take control at ready.gov/olderadults.
When I was 10, my mom got deported. We had a difficult time, and I feel that's why I didn't get to finish school. My husband is really supportive in a way that he pushed me to go back to school.
She wants to have a career so her kids can look up to her.
They both keep me motivated to go to school, and they see that if I do it, like they can do it too, you know? I feel that everything's possible.
Find free adult education classes near you at finishyourdiploma.org.
For decades, I've taught you everything I know. How to safely build a fire, and how to control the flames. But I can only teach wildfire prevention. Only you can prevent wildfires.
The Bryce Jordan Center is looking to welcome a famous country artist in 2025. Kane Brown has announced he will be coming to State College on May 1st, 2025 as part of his The High Road Tour. Brown's tour will be centered around his new album, The High Road, releasing in January 2025. Ticket sales started this morning at 10 a.m. That's all for today's newscast. We hope you'll join us Tuesday for our next local news update.
And you can follow us anytime for breaking news on our Center County Report X. And you can see our stories on our Facebook page, Instagram, YouTube, and our website. Have a good afternoon.
No young person should ever have to worry about having a safe place to sleep at night, or whether anyone cares about them.
But the reality is, 1 in 10 young adults will experience a form of homelessness this year.
For over 50 years, Covenant House has been helping youth in crisis and giving them the support and tools they need to succeed in life. To learn more, go to covenanthouse.org today. Thank you for caring.
In Iraq, our truck hit a roadside bomb. I had about 16 surgeries on my hand so that I could regain function. And when I came home, I needed a new roof due to a storm. And I was about to lose homeowners insurance as well. I applied for Operation Homefront Critical Financial Assistance Program. And it's good to know that when we come home, there are people who are there that care about us. Operation Homefront, they've really been a blessing.
I'm Sandra, this is Jorge, and we were adopted in 2019. I remember when they first came to us, Michael was already a teenager. The whole cliche of, they're so lucky to have you guys, and it's the other way around. They have changed our family for the better. They chose to love us. They didn't have to. They chose us. Family.
Learn about adopting a teen from foster care. You can't imagine the reward. Visit adoptuskids.org.
The new Walk EMS experience was so uplifting. All of us are coming together, not only for that walk day, but for every day.
I love the energy at Walk MS. It is community, it is family. I can ride that high for the rest of the year.
A cure is on the line for me.
A cure is on the line for all of us.
After the whistle kicks off in Altoona with a Bishop Guilfoyle. Mike, you're going to have to lower my levels for this. Big man touchdown, and